Hello everyone and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. So today we have a Skyward Sword Randomizer co-op tournament match between the German Bingolords and the British Stargate. So today on comms we will have 64-bit Link and myself, and on tracking we will have Mario Runner and Senra. So thanks everyone and have a good race.
Hello, everyone. We've got a couple of definitely interesting teams here. So we have KitKat and Harbin. KitKat being probably one of the top runners in this game, is like a 124 any percent time. And Harmjan, who is less experienced but has certainly been improving a lot recently. And on the other side, we have Lepalog and Floha. Lepalog is also a very experienced runner, and Floha has also played this game for quite a while. So should be an exciting race. So this is co-op. The teams will be sharing information within the team, and the second player on each team to complete the game determines the winner.
Yeah. So currently, Flora and Lepe are 0-1, if I remember correctly. And KitKat and Hamjan, I don't think they have played the race yet.
I want to say they are also 0-1 because they played the other race on Wednesday that
Oh,
I didn't get to watch, but was apparently a really awful seed.
oh yeah. So this is a 0-1 match then.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's quite a lot today. They won their first win. And yeah. So currently, this is the sixth match of the tournament right now. So let me just refresh the stream. This is the sixth match, and for now, we had quite a lot of matches with three dungeons, three longest dungeons in the game. So Daniel Mining Facility, Sunship, and Fire Sanctuary. We got 3 matches with those dungeons required out of 5. So maybe we'll break the curse today, but
Yeah, I'm gonna hope for the opposite dungeons today. I'm gonna hope for a Skyview Earth Temple Cistern seed. But we'll see what this seed gives us.
yeah.
And I mean, even like seeds with the 3 fastest dungeons can find a way to wind up being really slow.
Yeah.
If like you wind up with like 50 crystals required, or just like requiring all 15 loose crystals, things like that can slow down the runner significantly.
Yeah. And we had the opposite yesterday with an LMF Sunship Fire Sanctuary seed that was extremely fast. So everything can happen.
Yeah. So
looks like we'll be starting soon.
Yeah. Any predictions for Fledge item?
I'll go with a song today.
Yeah. I'll go with Red Ruby. But yeah, the runners are off and skipping the intro cutscenes.
I'm just hoping for Earth Temple. That's the dungeon we saw the least out of the tournament right now.
Yeah. I have bad memories from earlier this week in my race with Earth Temple.
Oh, okay. So you were closer. It was 300 rupees.
Yeah, that's really nice if we get a projectile.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if we caught what the dungeons are. Skyview.
Skyview, LMF, and Fire Sanctuary. So 2 of the dungeons, but at least we have 1 quick dungeon.
Yeah.
So interesting part of this is that there is that cube in Skyview that will be on.
Yeah. The other thing that's interesting about Skyview Required is that you can skip the Machi Chase portion of the Slingshot quest because beating Skyview will set Machi to be rescued. So we have 5 gratitude crystals already, and we have a slingshot, so we can see Beetle's shop immediately.
Yeah.
And through some clever.
This is basically the only moment a slingshot is useful. It's when you don't have any other projectile.
Yeah. There's also in the first room of Fire Sanctuary, it can be used for some RBM commits because there's a couple of statues that you can hit with a slingshot. So there's occasional places where it's really nice to have the slingshot, but yeah, other than that, you'd prefer to have the bow over the slingshot.
Yeah, the bow or the claw shots, usually.
Yeah. I should also note that one thing that we'll be able to do is basically check everything on Beetle in Skyloft 1 if the runners can route it in. And the nice thing is, if there's something good on Beetle 300, you can have one person get the 300 item and the other person check the 100 items.
Yeah, and very interesting start because we have Laneiru Pilar today. So this is the least amount of check for now because we have neither bombs or claw shots. So we only get 1 cube and 1 chest, I think.
Yeah, at least in logic. We could go out of logic to get a couple more checks, but yeah, we're very limited. Also, that first landing cube corresponds to a chest in the sky that is bomb locked. So we get the cube now, but we're not going to be able to see what that unlocks for potentially quite a while.
Pretty interesting. So we should be able to get a tablet pretty soon if we don't get claw shots or bombs.
Okay, so Floha has 15 crystals, so there's 1 pack on Rina. Was 1 pack, and I guess, I don't quite remember what the other 2 were.
Yeah, Kit is going to check some hints. So, Laneiru Desert is shots, and we got some. We got a location for Sword, but Kit was a little too fast for me.
Yeah, I couldn't quite catch what it was either. Laneiru Trial.
Oh. Okay, so we might do this one.
Yeah, Laneiru Trial is probably the worst to have a required item because the other 3 trials you can trivially break into with back in time, but the Laneiru trial, while you can bypass the Neru's wisdom requirement, it takes a little bit more setup.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what the runners do with that. Red rupee for 100 rupees. That sounds like not the greatest deal to me.
Well, for 1 person. So yeah, they basically went back instantly to the sky because we can't do much in Laneru. There's a pretty high chance we will just have something in the Pumpkin Island. Oh,
Yeah, so
Thunderhead.
Thunderhead.
Yeah. Thunderhead Swords is pretty good to have early. Even if you don't have Ballad of the Goddess, you can just do the back in time, especially with Laneru tablet.
Yeah. Yeah, because if the teams are communicating well, then what we should see here is Kit is going to the harp on the chandelier. So that's pretty important, and that actually unlocks another check on Skyloft.
Yeah. Also, Harm tried to escape without talking to the owner after breaking his stuff, so he got scolded. But it's fine. So at least this is not a harp hunt. Harp hunts are not not very good usually.
Yeah.
And
Also,
this harp could unlock that sword in a Lanelu trial when we have the song.
yeah. So I should note, Leppy talked to one of the customers in the Lumpy Pumpkin, and that sets up the potential to reverse Bitwarp into the Skyloft trial later if we find out that the Skyloft trial is required. Meanwhile, KitKat is actually going to do some more out of logic checks in Laneru, whereas Lepalog opted to not go for anything out of logic in Laneru.
Yeah, I think this is a solid play because he has this Lanelu is not thoughts. So any check he can do right now there is something that could be useful for later. He knows there's something at least. And at worst, he unlocks the statues there, so this is not time loss.
Yeah.
The only drawback of this play is there might be one chest he's not able to get because he doesn't have Boombag or Hook Beetle. But besides that, there's not much to lose.
Yeah, so Floha doing the manip of diving off to get down to Betro's house without opening the shed. It was discovered fairly recently, and it's really nice and rando because, even though you have the slow cutscene there, it saves a lot of time over specifically making it night to open the shed. And the slingshot is mostly obsolete. We have the bow now.
It was on 5, right?
Yeah.
So 5 crystals is bow. Currently, I think the runner that has the most crystals has 20. So by lose crystals, you could go to 20. You can't go yet to 30 without Beetle, but you're very close, right?
Yeah, I think actually you can get 10 without having either claw shots or beetle, but it requires going significantly out of your way. It requires both of the lumpy pumpkin crystals.
Yeah, and it seems there are 5 also at beetle, so yeah, we should. Okay. We should be able to do 30.
Yeah.
Currently, we don't have much in logic, so there's a pretty good chance that this is something.
Yeah. The runners are, however, going to try to look for 5 packs because that's going to be significantly faster than hunting down single crystals. But eventually, they'll have to make the decision to go for single crystals. And it's a question of like, when do you make that decision that you need single crystals? And that can be the kind of decision that makes or breaks the race.
I think that because this is co-op, you do it now. You have very little open at this point, so slowing down one runner instead of having both to less location hits would be better. But this is a hard decision to take. So yeah, Lepe is going back to desert, even without the items needed to do it in logic. And he will probably let Floha get his loose crystals.
Okay, so Lepalog going back into Linearu. Not sure if he's going to just do the out of logic checks that he skipped earlier, which I guess it looks like he's going to do.
Yeah, he can't do anything else, so it has to be this. KitKat will show us some of Lanero Desert checks right now. He can't do all of them because he doesn't have close shots. But there's quite a lot to get. Oh, more crystals, that's good.
Yeah, so those were out of logic, but that could be very useful for KitKat and Harmjon to have as an advantage. Although Lepalog will eventually.
Sorry. Yeah, there's only one way these crystals could be sought. It's if you have to get this for Batro. So this is basically not for Percy. This is guaranteed. And if we unlock, and we need one item to put them in logic anyway. So there's pretty low chance those crystals are sought.
Yeah. So KitKat's also going to get this Oasis Cube out of logic, requiring a ton of brake slides to get through this part of the sand without Hook Beetle. Because basically getting this cube the intended way, which is absolutely awful.
Yeah, but at least he won't have to come back here later.
Yeah.
Sunship not being one of the required dungeons today, we can have the hope of not having to go to Sensi. And if that's the case, you're never going back here again.
Well, we already know we're going to have to go to Sansi because we got a hint that the earrings were in the Bizarre Goddess chest, which corresponds to the Harbor.
Oh, yeah. Bizarre Goddess chest is Harbor, right?
Yeah. So, unfortunately, we will need to go to Sansi.
That basically also means that we need Cave's Key in this seed.
Yep. We need claw shots, we need Cave's Key.
Yeah. Harmjon paying a lot of money, basically everything he has to get these crystals. So I think he's getting this 30 now. Which is pretty easy because he got 5 packs. So yeah. I don't think there's anything else than Batro at this point. But at least this is not a very big bottleneck.
Yeah, I think the out of logic crystals are going to really help with that.
Yeah.
Make this a lot less bad than it would otherwise be.
Yeah, this is either a tablet or claw shots, basically. Yeah, KitKat already has 20, and he did not even buy the loose crystals at Bidor. So that's he has a big margin. I would be surprised if Batro has bombs, but that's possible. Bombs open the Sensi. The desert, actually, sorry.
Yeah.
We still did not get any good item in the desert fall, so there's very low chance it's bombs now. Unless you need bombs on batch row 30 to get batch row 40. Which would be bad.
Yeah. Well, there was the seed a while ago where it was like Hook Beetle on 30 and then Bombs on 40, which wound up being obnoxious. Okay, so it looks like Harm is going to be the first to show us what's on Bat 30, if Harm can. Yeah, Harm unfortunately having some nunchuck issues.
I'll have to refresh the stream right now. We have quite a lot of delay. I'll wait for the item on batch row to not skip it accidentally. So Colin playing, giving us a ton of money. Okay, so what do we get here? Bomb bag.
Okay, so was right.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. This is actually super bad. So I guess it's time to swap the runners. And the runner that got crystals get to do checks, and the other gets to do crystals. And Rattle, okay.
So we've got our fetch quest now. At least it's now is like, at least since it's night, it provides a convenient place to make it day again.
Yeah. I'll just refresh the streams right now. Okay, so KitKat is very close to his bomb bag, so this is fine. But I think Lepe is still pretty far right now.
Yeah, so Floha closing in on 30.
Yeah. I think Floha is also very close. So they'll know very soon that bomb bag is there. So yeah, at least this is not a very big bottleneck. The 5 loose crystals is never a problem. And at this point, what is scary is that you might need the 10 loose crystals just for the 40. Because now that the crystals in desert are possibly sorts, actually, Battle 40 is in logic, I think.
Yeah, well, we'll see. There's still plenty of checks in desert that could be sots instead of the crystals, but yeah, if it does turn out to be, then yeah, if it does turn out to be the crystals, then that's awful.
Yeah, 40 crystals out of 40 for tablets would be pretty bad. But yeah, at least you're not baited to do a lot of things because you can't do much.
Yes, there's also the potential for a landing cube to be something because now that we have bomb bag, we can see what it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Kids
and
seems Kids will probably be the one to check it because Hamjan just went to desert to get more crystals and activate the statues.
yeah, so technically everything that KitKat did is now in logic with the bomb bag. Uh,
Actually, Hamjan will be able to do one check that KitKat did not do in the caves.
yeah, the one behind the statue. Also in desert, Harm should be able to check party wheel chest, deliver the party wheel, and the hook beetle fight, and the secret passage chest. So there's a bunch of things that opened up now.
Yeah. Also, I don't think they have turned in the rattle yet.
I think Harm turned in the rattle, although I didn't see what it was.
Oh, it was crystals. Okay, so that makes 40 easier, at least.
That basically guarantees that Harm will get 40 without needing any single crystals.
That also means that the crystals in desert are not the source for 40. Okay. You'll take the free shield, even if it's not what you wanted to see.
Yeah, with this dungeon layout, not like, it'll help with Moldarok. It'll help actually with the Stalfos fight in Skyview if we wind up having to do it. So, like, it's helpful in a few places.
It's also helpful for Demise if you still have the shield at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's useful in the end game too, but doesn't so getting it for free is definitely gonna help with the end game. Usually it's not worth going super out of your way for though.
Okay, Lepe actually has 30 now, so he will get his bomb back. Now the big question is, what will the Bingolords do? Because Flora has it, but and checked the rattle. So there's a good chance he's checking the cube as soon as possible. But yeah, they might have to go to 42.
Okay. Yeah. Harm
Yeah.
not
That's actually a good point. Hamjan is checking the KitKat chest.
Yep. Also I was gonna say, like, you can actually throw the bomb to that rock while you're still in the minecart, which saves like a small amount of time.
Yeah.
This randomizer is all about like having these little time saves.
Yeah.
But I guess Harm did not talk to Dodo, so not going to be delivering the party wheel, which
Yeah.
unless that was hinted dead, which I don't think it was, that's a mistake.
Yeah. And a goal in LMF. So it seems 40 will be needed in this. We still have a Goddess Cube, but that's basically everything.
Yeah, that chest is named the KitKat chest because in one of the very, very early races, KitKat completely forgot about that chest and it had claw shots. So, yeah.
We also have a generator here. behind bombs. There's actually more blocked by the bombs in Desert than I thought.
Ooh, Harm having a bit of issues blowing up that rock. Like, I would have thought that that bomb throw would have done it, but...
Yeah, he fought two.
Okay, that one should definitely work.
The generators are also Lanero Desert, so the first item could still be there.
Yeah. Not in these two chests, but there is a third chest that you basically probably... I'm not sure how anybody finds it casually, but it's up on a ledge in the room behind this gate, and you have to power off the time shift stone to get to it.
Yeah. Which is basically with the bow.
Yeah, you can... Yeah, like, I think
You can do
you're
it
in...
with the bow, but here you have to use the bow.
Yeah, and it's a lot faster with the bow.
Unfortunately, this is nothing. So, Kit Kat will have to death swap here, because without Beetle you can't hit back the...
You can technically snipe it with the bow, but I think even with the fact that Kikok got a heart container in here, it probably is still faster to death warp out.
Yeah. So, what do we have left? Besides 40 and the Goddess Cube.
Yeah, we're running back low on checks again. I'm pretty sure that someone's done the Collins letter check, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was 300 rupees. Oh yeah, there's this cube too.
Okay.
But do you need... there's a chest here, and you need close shots for the cube, if I remember correctly. Or something like this.
Yeah. Yeah, you need claw shots to get to that cube, but you can get this chest. It's always unfortunate when you're in here with
there's a tablet. So in there's an emerald tablet in the generator. I think this is the fire generator. Yeah.
Yep. So that's that is the desert sod. So
yeah, and this is outlook behind bombs.
Yep. But the runners can breathe the sigh of relief that the crystals are probably not sods.
Yeah, this is definitely the desert swords. Yeah. So this is emerald, so it opened a lot. Basically, we have the entire Faron Woods open. We also have bombable walls in Faron, which is good. That's 2 more checks than usual.
Yeah. What we don't have is scale, so that means we won't have access to inside the great tree. We'll have access to
hard shots. So there's some cubes you can't get ever, like the top of Skyview one, and some in the woods.
Yeah.
So this is not ideal, but at least this is not the worst Faron Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hangran got 40 now, so he can check that. And I think he should just to let his teammate know. But
There's
After
also
that, yeah, it's basically fair run for both runners.
there's also the one check in LMF in the first room. We can't check
Very good.
anything.
Kids checked it. It was money.
Okay. Yeah, so harm going to Farron, which is, I think, the right play here. Actually, might be checking a goddess cube first.
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable, but
There's a
like,
good chance Kit is the one going to Faerun Woods. Because Harm is closer to 50 than Kit. So basically, if Harm gets those crystals, like gets a crystal pack in the goddess chest, he can do bat 50.
let me get.
Yeah, Kit will do the will check at this point. So this goddess cube was nothing, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, so, okay, so yeah, I guess we'll find out, yeah, because Harm was not able to collect the party wheel earlier because Harm had not talked to Dodo before going into Linearu. So Harm is going to be the first of our runners into Farron. So that is advantage to Kit Kat and Harm.
Yeah. Harm will get the Ballad of the Goddess check and the chest in the Alia Temple. And then go to Faerun Woods.
I did not see anyone check the 2x20 robot in Mines. I might have missed it. But yeah, I feel like that's something that.
Oh, this is Bellows. So this is a pretty strange thing. You get Bellows after full clearing basically half of Laneru. You full cleared everything you could do, but now you get Bellows.
Yeah, so Floha's getting one check out of logic in Desert because the Upper Academy Bit Warp takes you onto this platform with this chest.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like in co-op, I guess if you don't really have much else to do, it can be good. I still don't necessarily agree with it just because it's a lot of time investment for one check.
What I meant by that was you did everything you could in Laneru, you leave, and then you get instantly Bellows, which feels pretty strange. But we saw a hint for progressive beetle right now in Faerun. So at least they know what they have to do in this seed. And the Fire Sanctuary the third key chest is dead, which is very good news because you basically don't need bug mammoths at this point.
Yeah. I mean, finding them would still speed things up, but yeah, it means that not having to hunt for them is nice.
And here is the progressive battle. I think this one was the hinted one. So now they can do Skyview.
Yeah, I mean, they could already enter Skyview, but they would not be able to do. Yeah, the only check that's hard beetle locked is the three eyes check.
Oh, 3 eyes, yeah. You can do the one with a weird slingshot shot, actually.
Yeah, there's a slingshot snipe to get the one that's inside the statue behind the gate. You can actually also in Randomizer get the item with the whip that's behind the gate.
Oh, hey. It was hard to get a bomb bag, so you get another one.
Yeah. I mean, those are actually really nice to find because you often find yourself fairly low on bombs.
Yeah, so you have to death warp quite a lot in this game, so more bombs for more death warp is good.
Yeah, so interesting. So, Harm's just going to rush Skyview, but KitKat's going to do the full slingshot sequence, which I think is a nice way of splitting it.
Yeah, I think this is a good idea because if Harm doing dungeons earlier is better for that team if KitKat is faster, basically. Because the last time of the team is what counts. So anything that speeds up your slowest runner is very good.
Yeah, unfortunately, Harm stepping onto the rope without destroying the hornet's nest first, which means that all the hornets are attacking Harm. But they seem to have stopped, so Harm should be able to make it across this rope. Having a little bit of calibration issues, it looks like.
Yeah. So now let's see if Harm will be able to get this skip. Very nice. That was perfect.
Oh, and then Harm accidentally jumps back down, so now has to take the long way around.
This is pretty sad. And he also dies, I think.
Harm just voided out.
This feels very sad. You get the skip, and then you have to still walk the path of shame.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why that's one of the places I'm like, I'm just going to turn the camera around because failing to, or like, having that happen loses so much time. Floha getting bodied by the Deku Babas there.
Yeah. Well, at least there's some ways to heal in the temple, so you should be fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, if you know what you're doing, you shouldn't ever, like, you shouldn't take that much damage in Farron, so, like, and Flo has experienced enough that he should be fine, even on one heart. Like, the speedruns do the entire Kikui quest on 2 hearts, so that they have low health to Bitwarp and Skyview.
Also, thanks game for hinting Skyview starts just before entering Skyview.
Yeah, I mean, that's That's a really nice hint placement compared to like how it usually is for me getting the like my luck is always to get the Volcano Summit Baron hint as the second hint stone in Volcano Summit.
Yeah. But this hint is basically pointless because Skyview, you're always full clear and you're already there. So
Yeah, true.
but they also got Levias dead. So this is oh, that was a very nice Kara strike from Lepe. Oh yeah, they don't have meats. So if I don't get an item here, they need meats for a certain item. Okay, so yeah, there's one world where this hint is good.
Also, Lepe there pulling off a Boko push to get the cube there without claw shots by lining up the Boko in a specific position and
Yeah.
then angling the Skyward Strike up.
This one is very hard to do.
Yeah, it's out of logic, but it could potentially be important.
The crystals are crystals, I think. Oh yeah, oh, it was actually the Kikwi treasure, but okay. So more crystals. So 50 now in. And a bottle in Lake Floria. This is good. You need a bottle, so you'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, much better bottle placement than in some other races in this tourney.
Yeah. So Kit is going back to the sky right now. Big question is, will he go to Skyview now, or will he try to do some of the cube checks right now?
Yeah.
Plat's chest is dead also. Yeah. So it was the Kikwi relic. So basically they got the hint just after doing the check, which is pretty stupid.
Yeah, well, that's the way with hints. Half the time you get the hint after you did the check anyways.
That was quite the jump, Lepe.
Okay, so we did get a small key outside the dig spot, so Harm will not.
Schedule, yeah.
Yeah, Harm is not yet forced to do the bit warp. Actually,
Yeah,
the worst.
Blow. It
Yeah,
was
worst.
very, very nice.
Worst case scenario for this dungeon would be if the boss key was in the dig spot, because then we wouldn't be able to finish it.
Yeah, and the best thing that can happen is having the map or the compass in the dig spot.
Yeah. Well, it'd be just the map. There are no compasses in Skyward Sword.
This is just... I always forget this. But yeah, map there would be perfect at this point. So Harm is going to the 2 ice chests.
Unfortunately, taking a hit from the Skulltula there.
Oh.
Luckily, shouldn't take too long to get back there. You Yeah. It's actually, since we have bombs, you can blow up the shortcut boards, or at least blow up the first one and then slash the second one to get through faster than having to run through the one-eye room.
Yeah. Kit just got his 40 crystals, so he can check that 40. But he's missing some crystals for 50 right now. He's still doing the 40 check as soon as possible. So this could be big if it's meets.
Unfortunately, Floha with a bad angle on that Skyward Strike for Cube Warp. He's gonna reset the Boko's position.
Yeah.
This looks a little too far forward. Yeah. But Floha has one more shot at this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this will be the path of shame for him today. Or just a death.
Yeah, looks like Floa was trying to reflect the projectile back at the Octorok, but missed the timing. Yeah, Floha could have reloaded Deep Woods to bring the Boko back to try Cube Warp again, but decides it's not worth it.
Oh, unfortunate.
Okay. Arms has defeated the Stalfos.
Yeah, so this is the beetle chest.
There's Clawshaws.
Okay, so that's it. That's sucks.
Yep, that's huge.
And
Like
it's very
that's yeah, that's almost to like Kit Got should like go right back to at least get those in Skyview level of important.
Yeah, but at least the home will have way less to do because Kit is doing quite a lot of isolated checks right now. He just did the 2 bellows checks here in Skyloft and about 40. So that's good for his teammate. Oh, Colin's letter was into eyes. So there will also be this for Harm if he wants to do one more check.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty large check to do.
Did we see what was in the cage on the back of the statue?
I missed it. If we saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, Harm went straight to Free Eyes according to chat. So
Yeah, I find that interesting because you can at least see what that item is immediately.
yeah.
So yeah, Floha is going to just do the bit warp, which makes sense since Lepe's checked the front of the dungeon.
Oh yeah. Also, now that we have Cave Ski and Claw Shots, we can do a Harbor Cube.
Yep, so that's our earrings, but we still don't have a ruby tablet, so we still need to find that.
But you will need to do this. So at least
and
least,
3 eyes is required. because that has the boss key. Arm was aiming a little bit low on some of those shots. Okay, eventually hits the crystal.
But who doesn't like 3 eyes required? So the cage was a bottle. So now we have yeah.
So yeah, we have access to 2 bottles now, which is going to be nice for when we finally are able to get to
Yeah.
Volcano Summit.
And the cave key was bottle locked. Yeah, Harm is picking up that bottle. He doesn't have to get the other one. I think it will still get this one because having 2 bottles is better for Summit.
Yeah, not having to refill waters saves a lot of time. So yeah, KitKat gonna combine probably, at least I presume, like rescuing Ulo there with getting the claw shots. Now that
Yeah. There's also a good point from chat. We don't have a Skyview second small key, and the boss, 3 eyes had the boss key. So basically, Grihahim is out of logic without digging mitts.
yeah.
And at least you know that you don't need to do the digging check.
Yeah, so we know that essentially Skyview is full clearable if you do the bit warp, apart from that small key, which, again, with the bit warp you don't need. So KitKat will be able to just do the bit warp and beat the dungeon, and Harm is presumably going to do the same thing. So there's a little bit of overlap, but I think getting the claw shots is worth the extra overlap. KitKat going for extending blow, but not getting the correct knockback distance, which is RNG.
Floha getting his bottle right now. I really hope KitKat does the same thing Lepet did, extending the extending sword thing. But it seems he will be getting the cube instead. Okay, that was perfect. So we're at the weird point of co-op race where all 4 runners are in the same dungeon, basically.
Yeah, it's because we're kind of bottlenecked here in Skyview with these claw shots, because claw shots opens up so much that pretty much all the runners are gonna, like, once one person on the team finds the claw shot, the other person is gonna want to head there ASAP to get the claw shots, because that opens up everything. But yeah, now that KitKat knows where the boss key is, he's going to be able to rush just getting the claw shot, getting the boss key, and then beating Girahim. And by the time he gets there, Harm should have checked the other checks.
Yeah.
Although...
Also, yeah. It's we are the third bottleneck of this seed, basically, already.
Wait, was there... I think, like, it was... Was there another important item in the front of the dungeon? Because KitKat is not just immediately doing the bit warp.
Maybe he's getting the small key.
Yeah, but if the small key is not important at all, if you,
Yeah, but
I
it's
mean, okay,
also.
there was Colin's letter, which,
Oh yeah,
well, okay, I guess it makes sense. Like, you don't want to orphan that and then find out that there's something behind it.
yeah. Also, Kit is it's in their strategy with Harm is Kit God does everything bad, and Harm just speedruns the dungeons.
Wait, so that's Hook Beetle in the chest near the boss door.
Okay, so this should also be sorts.
Yeah, although we haven't gotten a Sots hint for it.
Yeah.
I suppose it is possible we could get the second Skyview Sots hint on the floating island in Skyloft. Uh, but we're also not guaranteed to see a second Sots hint. Hook Beetle, or I guess second progressive
Yeah.
Beetle. It's required for logically required for LMF.
Yeah. Also, we can just full clear LMF now.
Yeah, true. We have everything we need at this point. Ideally, we'd have whip for the first room because it's slightly faster to have the whip than the heedle, but
I mean, we
we're
don't
not
even
gonna
need whip
wait
in
for.
this seed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're not gonna wait for it. It's just one of those items that would be really nice if it showed up.
Yeah, I think at this point, British Stargate has to send Harm to LMF and the kids to everything else. I think that would be wise.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harm is finished with Skyview. Now he can go to Girahim 1.
Yeah. Lepe grabbing that second vine extremely high.
Yeah. So, yeah, today is Girahim Bully Day because we beat him on both of his dungeons. Basically, half of the bosses we'll be doing this game will be Girahim. So Lepe will be the first one to finish Skyview. So the big question is what will be the strategy at this point? Will they go directly to LMF? Or will they just do more Overwatch checks before? I think going to LMF is a given. At least one of your players has to go there. Just to speed up the LMF of the other. But the big question is, will he send Flora there, or will he go by himself? Okay, Kit finally got 4 shots.
Yeah, so Harm done with Harm and Lepe done with Skyview
Yeah.
at approximately the same time.
Harm did a really good fight. Because I think he was behind Lepe by more than that.
You know, Floha might also be having a little bit of calibration issues.
Oh, he was ahead of Lepe. So Lepe actually got ahead in the fight.
Yeah.
Okay, now the hardest trick in the game. Don't forget that there is a goddess cube here.
Yep, that's very important. But luckily in co-op, like if you realize you forgot the cube, like you could just tell your co-op partner to get it, and then hope that it's nothing important. You'll at least won't lose out on the information.
Hong succeeded at this trick. And Lepe will probably do the same.
Yeah, Lepe also did the same.
Yeah, good. So there's a good argument to checking some. Oh, was that a vanilla Ruby tablet?
Yes, vanilla Ruby tablet.
Okay, so
that's like the third time I've seen that.
And that's the second time in this tournament. Yeah, this is actually the second time Ruby Tablet is vanilla out of the 6 games of this tournament, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, so this throws a wrench in the whole, like, one player to LMF and one player to Sky thing, because you definitely want to chase that Ruby tablet. You also want to chase some of the claw shot lock checks here, potentially, but,
I think you still do this plan because Gilrahim being locked by digging myths makes Ruby Tablet locked by digging myths. And digging myths are very useful for Eldin, so you should try at least to get digging myths before going to Eldin, right?
Yeah. And not to mention, we still need Harbor Cube to be able to get to Volcano Summit, which is where a required dungeon is, so...
Yeah. So I think I would like the teams to not go to Eldin yet at this point. Which is a pretty strange decision usually, but in that specific key layout of Skyview, it makes sense. Right now, out of the seeds of the tournament, there is only one seed that was neither a Vengeance or a Vanilla Ruby tablet. Only one seed.
Yeah, so thus far, like, it seems like our runners are just, like, running around getting the fairing cubes. And other checks that are unlocked by claw shots. But Floha is going to be the first to go to LMF.
Yeah, this is a good idea. Floha is probably the runner that had the most trouble right now in this race. So accelerating Floha seems to be a good plan. And Palm is a little ahead of KitKat, so it makes sense he's checking this right now.
Yeah, Flo is going to check some of the claw shot lock checks in Desert first.
Yeah, this is not bad. If you get a sword, you can speed up some annoying enemies. And Desert, even if it had the Ember Tablet, it still sorts.
We got a Song of the Hero part.
Yeah, at the same time, by both teams.
Yep. Both teams both of them getting knocked into the water by the debut Baba. So yeah, I think Death Warp is the best thing to do here. Because you want to get Swag Cube, so you actually want to be at the very top of the Great Tree. The cube here is called Swag Cube because there's a fairly swag strat to getting it where you king off the ledge over here and to get it. Lepe doing a different lineup than I do, but still nailing it.
Yeah, that's pretty clean.
So Harm getting one of the Goddess Cubes, actually Goddess Cube that Lepe had already gotten with Boko pushing, Harm getting it more of an intended way. And Lepe gets to kind of run past because he already got it. Yeah, Kit Kat finally out of Sky View. And we'll...
Lepe going to Lake Floria right now.
Yeah, we can now get the cube in the waterfall area. Cube. So that's...
Yeah, it's pretty easy to forget this cube.
Yeah, especially because it's like a lot of the random muscle memory that people have built up over the past year or so has been with settings that have cubes off. So having to remind yourself that you need to actually get the cubes is can be interesting sometimes.
Yeah. I refresh further now because we are accumulating quite a lot of delay. You might need to refresh your stream right now. I think we are ahead of chat right now.
Okay, I'm refreshing.
This should be better now.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cube, the bad. So even if you forgot the cube in Skyview, you would be okay.
Looks like Lepe is gonna buy a shield. Also, Floha getting the all-important bug net.
Yeah, I think Jesnix is now jealous because he would have loved to get this one. But it seems Floha will go to Sensi now for the Fire Shield Earrings.
Yeah, interesting play.
I don't dislike it because that's two very easy chests and the cube is out required. So you can get this out of the way. You also have Ruby tablets now, so Volcano Summit is something.
Yeah. So I guess what I'd like to see now then is probably like Floha actually like take the Fire Shield Earrings into Eldin and Lepe go to LMF.
No, I would still not like it because you don't have mates and they lock Eldin. But
so we have Central Skyloft Fi and Sky Fi. I mean, granted, the Sky being SOTS is kind of like well done in these settings, but yeah, the Central Skyloft is well. We have MITs now, so that
yeah, the Academy actually. So okay, now Eldin is in logic. So Lepe has MITs. So I think Lepe is just better for going Eldin than Floha. Why is Floha going there?
So Floha wants to get the landing chest in mines.
Oh, yeah.
So, because we could not get that earlier because it requires Claw Shot. This is a decent way out of the way for Floha to be going though. So
Yeah, I'm not sure I like Floha doing out of the way checks, but at least Lepe will have a better margin of. Okay, and he's doing Colin's letter right now.
yeah.
While KitKat went to turn the head because it sucks.
Yeah, Floha gonna death warp.
Yeah,
I
because
would have.
British Stargate just got the Ballad of the Goddess, it seems. So yeah, but there is one problem. We don't have any other swords than the starting ones, so only one chest in the Isle of Songs is open. So KitKat decided to not do it.
Yeah, because it was hinted to be Ferrari's courage, so yeah, decided against getting it. Now I think the only hint we've gotten is for the Lanayru trial sword, so I guess technically we know about one sword, but it's in an awful location.
And we don't have the song.
Yes, that too. Sansify, and there's a sword somewhere in LMF. I didn't quite catch what chest.
Bellows.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, hey, Dean's power. So, yeah. Now you definitely go to LMF. If you didn't already go there. That sword will be useful for Thunderhead swords. There's also quite a lot of goddess chests in Thunderhead, so these could be these could have a source item.
Yeah, so Floha is going to be the first runner into LMF.
So yeah, let's make a little recap of this race. So basically, in this race, you had to get 30 crystals for the bomb bag on bat to get the emerald tablet in a fire node chest, which opened the entire Faerun Woods for claw shots in Skyview. So yeah, so what this means is that the race basically was all 4 players are doing nearly the same things until they get claw shots, and now they can split. Also, Ruby Tablet was vanilla for the second time of the tournament today, which is pretty funny.
Yeah. So KitKat getting the vanilla crystals on Owlin.
Yeah, I think he has 50 now.
Yeah. Did Floha remember to open the chest in the first room of LMF? I didn't see. I just saw him open this room.
I know he doesn't need it. Maybe Lepet did.
Oh, right. I forgot they could have checked it earlier. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, if Lepet checked it, he knows he doesn't need it. So... Okay. Yeah. Kit is checking bat 50 now. And after that, we won't be bothering with that anymore. Oh. This is cute. Like, here, take a piece of meme for a dungeon you don't need.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Or I guess technically kind of fortunate, because that means that now Harm knows that he doesn't need to pick up any more gratitude crystals.
Yeah, after Ard required 30 crystals, you're kind of thinking this. You're kind of liking this. So how is the race, CJ? So basically, get 30 crystals for bomb bag on bat, then get your emerald tablet in Fire Node in Lanelwo Desert, then go take your ruby tablet vanilla in Skyview with claw shots. This is the second vanilla ruby tablet of the tournament today. And this vanilla ruby tablet was actually out of logic until Lepe found digging meats in Zelda's closet, because there is a small key in the digging spot in Skyview, and the boss key was 3 eyes. So yeah, quite a good race right now. Okay, so now one runner of British Stargate has to go to LMF, basically. I think Kit will be the one at this point. I hope Harmjan has enough battery in his Wiimote for the entire match.
I mean, the low battery icon comes up like when you have like 5 hours of battery left, so he should, in theory, be fine.
Yeah. So also Skyview was sorts for 3 items then at this point. We had claw shots, beetle, and ruby tablet in Skyview. So yeah, the dungeon had basically everything you need to open the seed.
I mean, Null pointing out that technically everything, we still haven't resolved the logic because we haven't found Water Dragon Scale, which is logically required to get the digging spot in Skyview. Simply because you can, if you raise the water, you can't, and you don't have claw shots, then you would have no way back up. So we just basically say you're required to have, logically, you're required to have Water Dragon Scale to get that, to get the big spot.
But at least it's not like digging meats, because meats are super good for Eldin. So you didn't want to go to Eldin without meats, knowing that these meats locked Eldin. While Water Dragon Scale is not useful at all in this race. Like, it opens 3 chests and that's it. So you can just ignore this one for now. And remember about it later. What was important is that you could get digging mates before going to Eldin, and that's what you wanted. Now that they have it, it's a better play. So Kit just got this goddess cube, so he will be able to get his fire shield earrings in Bazaar chest.
Yeah, so I guess the other thing is, like, really, I think we're just on a sword hunt, and we know where 2 swords are.
Yeah.
One of them is in a terrible location. It's on the Lanayru trial. And then and then there's 2 swords at large that we don't know where they are. And then the runners need 3.
Yeah, and to answer chat, KitKat's got Kavsky on power of crystals, which is bottle locked. Okay, so KitKat getting his fire shield earrings. Harm is in desert, so Harm probably doing LMF and Kit probably doing Eldin. Kit has basically everything he could ever hope to get for Eldin at this point. Actually, aren't we in Sword Go mode now?
Yeah, I think the only thing we need at this point is swords.
And by sword, I mean one or two, because you have one in LMF hinted, and you have one hinted on Lanelu trial.
Yeah.
So you know where two of the three swords you need, and we are pretty close from go.
Yeah. In a practical sense, you're going to want Nehru's wisdom for the Nehru trial sword, but it is technically possible to RBM open that trial without having Nehru's wisdom. It's just a fairly complicated setup.
Yeah. So it's one or two swords combo, depending on if you want to do this or try to get more checks.
Yeah. And, like, I think ideally runners would want to find magma mitts along the way, but they're not necessary.
Yeah. We have a hint for Fire Sanctuary for key chests, so at least we know we don't need them. We would love them, but we don't need them. We even know that Plat's chest is dead.
Yeah, so basically that actually, like, at this point, the magma mitts wouldn't save that much time in Fire Sanctuary because at this point the only thing that we would have to RBM is the boss key chest, which is relatively fast.
No, Kit got his earrings. He went to Harbor to hit the cube, then went to Bazaar to get the earrings, then went straight to Eldin. He definitely has them.
Okay, so Floha about to get the first sword of the seed. Which is, like, really interesting because usually it doesn't take this long to find the first sword, but this seed this seed has been definitely an SSR seed.
Actually, we have quite a lot of swords still that are not solved, like Thunderhead. So I think Thunderhead or Sky, one of the two, has to have the Water Dragon scale. Right? Because you need it to finish, to logically finish Skyview.
There is technically a possibility we could have. Well, actually, no, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say vanilla Water Dragon skill, but I think based on SOTS logic, we can essentially rule that out because I don't think there's enough SOTS items left for that to be possible. Because since Ferori's Courage was hinted specifically, it cannot be what the Thunderhead SOTS is referencing. So I think we can I think.
Wait. Was there something directly hinted in Thunderhead?
Yeah, because there was a hint for vanilla Ferori's Courage, where at least someone in chat said something about it.
Actually, I think there is something in the rando right now that was found yesterday that makes it possible for an item to be directly hinted and SOTS at the same time. Which would be pretty bad.
Okay, yeah, so if that's the case, then that would be just another instance of that bug, which would be unfortunate.
Yeah. Basically, you were stolen a source hint. But we still can have a dragon scale in Thunderhead at this point. We have access to more swords now. At least one. Okay. Horned Colossus Beetle in LMF.
Yep, so that's a fetch quest.
So, chat's telling us that there is a 2% chance of that happening. So, basically, with the race of this tournament, it's like a 99% chance now.
Yeah. Since, like, we're getting every low probability thing happening, it feels like.
Yeah. This tournament showed us quite a lot of things on the rando.
Yeah, as he also says, 2% is way more than the required 0.1%. So level log is in Skippers, which has only one check in logic without whip.
Yeah.
But does have a cube, so Leppy is probably just thinking about the cube more than this check. Okay, there's scale.
Oh, okay. So this is something, right?
Wait, there was a Sansi Phi hint, so that it resolves the Sansi Phi. I completely forgot about that.
Wait, there was a Tennessee sauce?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed this.
I think it was on the Skyloft waterfall. So that resolves Sansi Sots, and that puts now we're fully in logic. Or at least Team German Bingolords is fully in logic.
Also, can we talk about how horrible this scale is? Because imagine if this scale knocks whip, this is basically the most garbage possible location.
Yeah. So yeah, Lepalog did the P-Hat RBM to be able to basically dig up that P-Hat without needing the whip. So is able to check everything in Skippers. So the rest of these checks are out of logic. Another Song of the Hero part. We still have not gotten the hint for Skyloft Trial yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
Actually.
I guess
is always pretty strange.
Yeah, Mario in chat pointing out that Floha has forgotten the chest in the Spikes room.
This could be bad. Honestly,
I mean,
it's not unless that bad because we are missing on swords. But
yeah. So unless it's a sword, it won't really hurt Team German Bingolords, but
Nehru's Wisdom. This would hurt more actually.
Yeah, Nehru's Wisdom would be pretty bad. But I mean, actually, I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I mean, there could still be another sword out there, and that means that Nehru's Wisdom is most likely not going to be hinted sops, so it could still be basically anywhere.
I still have a question. Did we get a sky source at one point?
Where was the cave skier? Was that hinted?
It was in Pyro Crystals. So this is Central Skyloft. which is the sorts of we had the central scale of sorts. So this one is solved with Cave's Key, but we still did not solve Sky and Thunderhead. Sky and Thunderhead are not solved. So if TMS is vanilla, the swords can be directly hinted, and both of those hints are not solved at all.
Yeah, so Floha doing minecart jump there, so is able to ride on a small part of the collision on this minecart to ride it backwards.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. Harp is in Pumpkin. So Harp is Sky, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's Sky one.
Okay, so Thunderhead probably has our second mitts.
Yeah, I completely forgot her. Pumpkin was also Sky check. When I think Sky check, I think Goddess Cubes.
Well, yeah, that's the vast majority of them, but there's still Oriel's crystals, and there's and there's the Lumpy Pumpkin Chandelier.
Okay, so meats should be in Thunderhead or locked by it. Maybe Mogma meats are even on Fire and Trial. So this sort is basically useless unless swords can be hinted with TMS vanilla. This is basically the only way. Oh, sea sharks. We get quite a lot of useless items today. We got the paperweight and the sea sharks in Eldin. Fire Sanctuary Baron is a good hint, but I think it kinda had to be at this point. Well, no. You could still have a sword, so knowing that you don't have a sword, that you can't have a sword in Fire Sanctuary is good. Yeah. Unless British Stargate assumes that Fire Sanctuary cannot have swords, and they can hit Go mode before doing it, but I think its got will just be full clearing Fire Sanctuary right now. Where was the hint? It was in Insanity, right?
Yeah, that had to be the shipyard hint.
Yeah, which is very slow to check.
Yeah. I mean, the one case where this wouldn't necessarily burn them is if both Kitcot and Harm were in Fire Sanctuary at the same time, but that's not going to be the case at all. Kitcot's going to be entering Fire Sanctuary shortly.
To answer chat, basically Thunderhead is swords. It kinda has to be for Mogma meats, but you can assume that Mogma meats are locked by swords, because you know that the first sword chest is not it, at least, and so you might not to check Fire Sanctuary for swords and leave them for later.
Yeah. I mean, it could also be one of the Thunderhead Goddess cubes. Or Goddess chests, rather. So, and the 3 of them are Volcano Summit cubes.
Yeah, this is the bad thing possible.
Yeah. I guess technically one of those swords could be hard magma mitts locked. Or I guess actually, although that doesn't really matter for the softs, but for we could wind up still with a situation where we require magma mitts. Yeah, if we just got a sealed ground SOTS hint, then that
That's for
is...
Bellows.
Yeah, that could very well be just for Bellows.
We had Bellows in Ballad of the Goddess check. I don't think Swords Hint will help us anymore in this seed. What we want is Trial Hints. Roha doing the worst chest in the... One of the worst chests in the entire game, basically.
Yeah, this...
Yeah, Frost Sword is hinted on Bellows' chest, basically. That was hinted, so no way you're skipping it.
Yeah. I also am going to make the prediction that the hint for this chest is going to be on the Temple of Time hint stone. For the one that Floha's doing right now. Because CJ can correct me, but I think that the LMF boss key is an always hint. Or, well, the vanilla boss key chest.
I love this strat of turning the armors.
Wait, we did get the...
Oh! All this for a bottle. I mean, yeah. Lepe lost his battery, I think, which could happen to harm.
That's gonna be unfortunate. Also, KitKat is not going straight to Fire Sanctuary, is going to instead sweep Goddess Cubes, which is probably going to save British Stargate from not having the shipyard hint, because it's very likely that there's a sword in one of these Goddess chests.
Roha. That was pretty funny. So yeah, if KitKat gets the sword in this goddess chest, they might call Gomos. Right?
Yeah.
And if they call Gomod, they don't care about the Baron Fire Sanctuary hint.
So, Lepe getting the cube here, which I guess because he's in Pirates already makes sense. It's just, unfortunately, a very, very slow cube to get.
Yeah, but it would be instantly game loss if you don't check it and it's required.
Yeah.
How is the seed? So it's a sword hunt, and one of them is hinted in a Laneiru trial. Also, trials are shuffled, so there is that one chance it's the Eldin trial at Laneiru, right?
Yeah, I mean, it can be... I mean, the linear trial gate can be any trial, but it's still the linear trial gate is the one that has the sword. So,
but what I mean is that you can have the longest trial with the hardest one to RBN.
Yeah, with the Elden trial, which is the longest of the 4 trials, that would be extremely obnoxious. And would be exactly what this randomizer likes to do.
Yeah. So Floha just finished LMF. So this is his second dungeon. He's also the first runner to complete the second dungeon. Oh, what did he get?
Floha got a Song of the Hero part.
Okay.
I think we found all 3 Song of the Hero parts,
Yeah.
but nobody's found all 3 at once.
That's all of them because Leper has 2 and can't have this one.
Yep. Okay, so Kit Kat in Thunderhead. I missed what all these checks were, although I guess. Okay, I guess Kit Kat's.
Here's Whip. So Whip is behind the Spiral Charge.
Yeah, where was Spiral Charge?
I completely missed Spiral Charge. Oh, yeah. And this was the Ballad of the Goddess that British Stargate got like an hour ago, basically.
Did we see what the second Isle of Songs check was? Or did Kit Kat still not?
No, he's still on the base Goddess one.
Oh, he's on. Okay, he's still on Goddess. Okay, that makes sense why he wouldn't get it.
Spiral Charge was Pirate Fortress second chest.
Okay.
Scavelot Trial is dead, it seems. Temple of Time Hint.
Everyone keeps hitting this time shift stone, which is completely unnecessary.
No, you have to do it to move the NPC here. No. Oh, wait. This
that
NPC
only.
Oh, he moves if you complete LMF before.
Yeah.
You have to do it if you didn't complete LMF. Yesterday it was required. Or on another race. I think I saw him having to move at one point.
Yeah.
So if you complete LMF you don't need, but if you didn't complete LMF yet, you have to do it. Weird things. Okay.
So, Kit Kat doing back in time. I'm not sure where he is right now. He must have gone into Fire Sanctuary. Because that's the only place he could work. No? Oh, unless he's doing the bit work first. Yeah, looks like he's doing the bit warp. Okay, Lepelog is going to be the first to show us what the second Isle of Songs check is.
Actually, isn't he still in Goddess World mode? So he will only get Pharaon song?
Right, yeah. Okay. So still none of the runners who've actually gotten the LMF sword yet. Also, it's interesting. Was the map chest hinted? Because it's interesting that Kit Kat did not go for the map chest RBM at the very least.
We know third key chest is dead. That's basically everything we know about it. If we don't have a Baron hint, maybe he's just banking on. Like I said, swords can lock myths and myths lock Fire Sanctuary, so Fire Sanctuary has a very low chance to have swords, which is a reasonable thing to assume.
Yeah.
Also, they have a directly hinted sword, and Harm has one. So it's not that much of a gamble too.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like Kit Kat's still going to be looking for that boss key, which could be anywhere.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
yeah.
if Lepe is going for Fire on Trial, it could be Fire on Trial could be the Sots item because Thunderhead is Sots. That could happen.
Yeah, only if it's bugged. And KitKat unfortunately getting cursed here. When this happened to me, I just reloaded the room to get rid. Okay, I guess it doesn't take that long to get rid of the cursed energy so that you can claw shot up again.
Home, you had it, Home.
I mean,
this is an epic Zelda closet music. I'm getting to fight Moldarok right now. Oh, I didn't think he would get this. Okay, Flora will get his cave skin now. There's a good chance Home is getting his Sensi cube after this. Okay, nice fight from Home.
Yeah, and now Lepe checking some of the other Megas chests here. This one is the Pirate's Cube.
Okay, he has to be sad about this. I think Lepe should now go to LMF, maybe. And Flora to Fire Sanctuary at this point. Flora is getting his earrings very soon, so I think that's what they will do. That was a nice jump from Lepe.
Yeah, so KitKat's doing the boss key chest RBMs.
Yeah.
So
even if we know Fire Sanctuary is foolish, we still need the boss key. So if the boss key is terrible, the Baron hint that they didn't get would not matter much.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's not too bad. So I think KitKat here is gonna fly up, fly back in, and do the front part of the dungeon, looking for the boss key. And then once he finds the boss key, he'll be able to just leave and fly back into this statue.
Yeah, basically what he's missing is the front, because we have third key chest hinted dead, and we have plat chest dead too.
Yeah, Floha missed the initial Skyward Strike onto that Goddess Cube, and then it gets really annoying if you miss the initial one. because you wind up targeting onto the Araka.
Yeah. Also, I did not see Kit Kat getting the Alien Shield. Yeah, it seems there was a Hylian Shield in Staircase in Fire Sanctuary. So he will not go completely empty-handed from Fire Sanctuary. Loha joins team low battery now. I think, is he going to get this Dragon Scale? I don't like this much because Dragon Scale has a low chance to be needed. Right?
Yeah.
Lepet could just do all Dragon Scale check and basically call it a day. No, oh, this is sad. Okay, second Fire Sanctuary key. So kinda has to be map chess at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, the third small key and the boss key can be like anywhere. Oh no, Kit Kat getting sniped.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. Like, it always feels bad. You have to climb the whole room again.
Yeah, this is why most runners kill these.
Yeah, ideally you don't draw aggro onto them, and then you can just run past, basically just claw shot over, and the Bokos don't see you. But if they do aggro onto you, it gets really scary.
Was there something in that Goddess Q for Flora to go out of his way to get it?
I don't think it had anything important.
Yeah. I'm very surprised he went out of his way to get that much things that Lepe did.
Yeah, like,
Why do everything Lepe did at this point? There's nothing to gain at this point.
yeah, I guess the like low percent chance that like something is deep in Lake Floria, I guess, but like that's
Basically
a
the
very
only thing.
low chance at this point.
Harm will be getting Fire Shielded Rings very soon. And probably go to Fire Sanctuary. While KitKat will be searching for swords. And Kit still has to do LMF too. But it will be faster for him. Oh hey, map. Okay, are we in worst case scenario? Okay, worst case is here.
Yeah.
So basically, even if you get the Baron hint, there is a pretty high chance you're clearing like for 3/4 of the dungeon.
Yeah. So pretty much like the only wasted time from not having the Baron is going
That
to
chest.
be the Magma Mitts check here.
Yeah.
At this point, I think KitKat's just orphaning Map Chest without Magma Mitts.
Yeah.
So KitKat's setting up for the double McManus quick kill.
I think,
Unfortunately, does not quite get it.
yeah, I think he's still missing one small key. So if the Magma is not a small key, the map chest is a small key, and that's it.
Yep.
This would be good.
Yeah, at this point, and then they're basically that would be it for the advantage that Floa and Lepe have of knowing that Fire Sanctuary is barren.
Yeah. They still didn't put a single foot in there. Lepe has quite a lot to catch up on all three runners, because he only did Skyview at this point. I think Lepe should go to a dungeon at this point. Okay, that's good for Kit. Now he knows Fire Sanctuary is completely garbage. Doesn't even have to go map chest, it's a small key.
Yeah. KitKat damaging down though. Which I guess like he just wants to get back to the start of the dungeon, but with that much health, I feel like it's faster to just go to the statue that's right before the double McManos fight and use that to leave the dungeon.
There was a progressive sword hint here. And also, Hong just got Magma Mist in Thunderhead, so that's it.
Yep, so that. Well, I mean, that resolves that. That still doesn't put them in go mode without another sword. Unless I missed a sword.
And we got the Knight Academy swords for the what was the Knight Academy item? I remember Knight Academy had something. So it's not as important right now. Oh yeah, it had mitts too.
Yeah, it was the other mitts. Okay,
so
there's our other sword.
Yeah, Hong Colossus Battle, which was in LMF.
So that is our third sword, so we are in no mode.
Yeah, if you can do Lanelu trial RBM, you can consider you in go mode.
Yeah, now the thing is, they don't know where the Fire Sanctuary boss key is, although I guess they know that they don't hard require Magma Mitts,
Yeah.
so.
And Harm will tell Kit that LMF has basically two swords, so Kit will definitely rush that, I think. So I don't remember which chest in LMF had Horn Colossus Beetle, but this is very good info for the teams at this point, because both of the second runner did not do the LMF dungeon yet. So they have to do this at this point.
Yeah, so Lepe is setting up for the so Lepe is setting up for linear trial RBM, so he's gonna leave the goddess statue, and that's going to put him into the Zelda cutscene, and then once he skips the Zelda cutscene, he can just save and quit this setup file, and that will cause Owlin to be in the academy, where we can talk to him to RBM the linear trial.
Yeah, so basically Lepe considers he's in go mode. But I'm not sure this is a good play right now. I think it was better to wait that you complete the dungeons, because Flora is one entire dungeon ahead of Lepe. So Lepe has to catch up at one point, and Flora could search for sword once he's finished with his dungeons.
Yeah, I mean, on the other hand, since Lepe is right here because he's about to do LMF, it does make sense to just get the trial done now as far as pathing is concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the last sword is on Farron trial, but
since meats were in Thunderhead, the Farron trial could have nothing now. We have solved all sorts now, so the sword can just be available somewhere.
yeah.
I mean, you at least have to have one sword or Nehru Wisdom somewhere accessible. One of them is accessible, definitely. So Harm will tell Kit where Scale is at this point. And Kit will do everything that is not Scale locked. Okay, Lepe has it. Now he can get his sword. But Lepe still has 2 dungeons to do and doesn't know where Fire Sanctuary is. Fire Sanctuary Decay is. Nehru and TMS would be super funny. But honestly, at this point, what did Verona's not do? Like, all dungeons are fully cleared. There's trials. We have we have Pharaon and Eldin trial that are still available, and we should have some leftover checks somewhere. Oh yeah, the mod limit check in Volcano Summit, actually. This one is available. Harm has the LMF sword and the Horn Colossus Beetle sword, so he can get the Lanablu Trial sword by doing RBM if he knows it. Oh yeah, also we completed LMF, so Fledge is open, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like KCOT should know about the RBM, but they might be just trying to find the last sword instead, hoping that they don't
I
have
mean,
to do it.
if they get the last sword in a not completely garbage location, they save time.
Yeah. But on the other hand, it's like every location that doesn't have the last sword is losing them time.
Yeah, this is also true.
Yeah, cutscene Zelda cutscene unlocks that gate, yes. The Lower Academy gate. Yeah, unfortunately, because Lepe in the trial didn't get first try on the clip, on the fence clip, he had to wait there for the Watcher cycle.
Okay, nice. Floha has it too. So they are officially in go mode now.
So, do they know about the Horn Colossus Beetle sword?
Oh, Floha has the Horn Colossus Beetle sword.
Okay. Yeah,
So
Floha
yeah,
just doesn't have
this
it.
is go mode. I'm not sure Flock got earrings, but at least he has a cube.
Yeah.
Well, now the big question is how fast will Lepe be in his dungeons, and how will they route Fire Sanctuary? Because this is both are very big. Basically, British Stargate is on a big timer right now. If they get
Okay,
a
well,
sword,
they have Nera's wisdom, so they should now know their go mode.
okay, so Nebula Wisdom was water scale locked in Floria, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's also go mode for them.
Okay, I guess Harm's going to still do the last check in Floria.
I mean, yeah.
I
They
think
are still doing the checks where they are, because if they get a sword here, they don't need to do the trial. But yeah, at least it saved the RBM time, which is pretty huge. Because the RBM is slow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is this item? Because this could instantly be GG, basically. Oh, harm.
Harm Yeah, not getting the correct angle on that jump. At this...
Just do it normally. KitKat getting his spiral charge. Oh, sword! That's insane.
Okay, that is...
This is stupid. Yeah. Yeah, Kit is death swapping instantly. Because he's already in Sensi. Kit just has to get his water scale in Skipper's Retreat right now. Because he's there. That doesn't... Yeah, this is stupid. So, Trial was not the play today, unfortunately for them.
Yeah.
For Bingolords. That's very unfortunate because I think this was a very valid play and probably the strongest on average.
Yeah, so as far as dungeon completion, Harm still has to do Fire Sanctuary. KitKat still has to do LMF. So they each just have to do one dungeon.
Yeah, and they both know where the big key is. While Bingolords have to do Fire Sanctuary both, so they don't know anything about it. And Lepe also has to finish LMF. So yeah, this is yeah, they are definitely behind. There's no.
And also, Floha triggered the Watcher after getting the last tier. This is really bad. It is technically recoverable, but you have to be really, really good with your movement here in order to recover. So yeah, Floha's waiting out this cycle, but then just has to kind of have perfect movement up this ladder, and unfortunately...
I think this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is not how we do it. Well... Actually, oh, he got it.
Floha got it.
What a god. Okay, so even if they don't win the race, he has to be happy about this.
Yeah. Failing the trial would have just been absolutely awful. So now it puts them just... They're at least not in the worst possible position.
Yeah, I think it saves the it solidifies the fact that Lepe will probably finish last. Because if Flora fails the trial, I think he's definitely last of his team.
Yeah. I'm surprised that KitKat is went for the skill before beating LMF, because he... Actually, I guess this makes sense. He was...
No, yeah, he was right there. He was in a Pirate Stronghold.
Okay, that makes... Okay, that routing there actually does make sense.
To answer you, the boss key is in the Fire Sanctuary front chest, basically, after the second party.
It's the first water pod chest.
Yeah, water pod room. So yeah, this is very bad.
I mean, there's still... Well, yeah. No, Harm knows exactly where he has to go. So yeah, he's not gonna waste time doing back half first. He's just gonna go ahead, maybe like start with doing the RBM and then just go through the dungeon normally. Up to that point, get the boss key, and then just death warp back and fly back to the statue in front of the boss door, and then just fight Girim.
Yeah, but the problem is if you... Well, Harm will definitely get boss key, then RBM for the back of Fire Sanctuary. That's probably the optimized strat for the dungeon at this point. But for Flora, it's basically a 50-50. Either he believes the boss key is in front, or he believes the boss key is in the back. And there's no tell, basically. You just do one of the other.
Yeah, what might save Floha here a bit is I think Floha may be more comfortable just going ahead and doing the front. So if that's the case, then Floha just deciding to go for comfort might save him.
Yeah, this is why I think it's a 50-50. Because if the big key is in the front, he still has to be RBM. So if he's, I think in any situation you have to do the RBM, basically, because he doesn't have mob limits. If he had the Mogma Meats, I think front was better. Yeah, what are you doing, Flo?
Wait, so, do you remember what chest the LMF boss key was in? Was it map chest?
Waterpod.
LMF boss key.
LMF was quite early, I think. It was not that bad.
Yeah.
Or
Also,
maybe it's behind the key. Because the key just got the small key.
oh,
Wait.
right, yeah, that's where it was. It was, if I actually, wait, yeah, I don't, oh, it was map chest, okay. Yeah, welcome to the Raiders from Zelda Speedruns 2 to the Skyward Sword Randomizer co-op tournament. Where basically all runners are in go mode at this point. But we have Team German Bingolords on the left side with Floha and Lepe, and we have Team British Stargate with KitKai and Harm on the right side. And currently, KitKat and Harm have the advantage because they found a sword in Lake Floria, whereas Floha and Lepe had to find a sword on the Linear Trial instead. Yeah, Floha's definitely not happy about that. LMF Bosky hint, having spent a long time checking that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a granted hint. It had to be there because we checked all the other hints in the game. At this point.
Okay, so KitKat with the boss key. So can just...
Did he get the sword in Bello's chest?
Oh, not yet. So yeah, he'll still need to go for that.
And that's why he needs the small key?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, KitKat still has quite a lot to do, because he still has to get the...
Yeah, but it's his last dungeon. After that, after getting the swords, he can RBM... Can he RBM to the back of LMF? Or just walk there?
Well, he'll just death warp. He also needs to get the Horned Colossus Beetle for that
sword. Yeah, he
needs
Horned Colossus Beetle too.
Yeah, so he still has a lot that he has to do.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it is. So good for Floha. He got it right this time. Yeah. Flora is making this a race. Good. Even if I think they're still pretty behind. There's a good chance Lepet told him, I'll do the back, you do the front. Or something like this. Just to not completely do Fire Sanctuary for one person.
Yeah, so we can probably tell that KitKat and Harm are kind of discussing this right now because KitKat started to climb the ladder and then realized that he didn't need the chest in this room, so he then
yeah, it's the
jumped
better
off.
Then remember that Kit is still on Goddess Sword at this point?
Yeah, which
Because-
actually is not really a disadvantage in this case, might be a slight advantage because the Moldarok fight is the only fight in the game that's easier with a shorter sword. Because when you do it with Master Sword, you have a tendency to have the sword hitbox go through the moldy hitbox.
Yeah, but she just got the long sword.
Yeah. But still, yeah. Still, even the long sword, is technically slightly better than the Master Sword for this one fight.
Okay, so Kit has to do LMF, get Horn Colossus Beetle, clear Moldalvac. After that, he gets his sword on the Beetle crystals. Then he goes to Lake Floria for his Master Sword. And then hold and finish. Finishes Fire Sanctuary, then can go straight to hold, so he's ahead of his mate. Flora finds the Fire Sanctuary boss key, then clears Fire Sanctuary and goes to hold, and that's the end. Lepe is getting his 5th sword right now, then goes to Fire Sanctuary for the finish. So there's a chance that Kit and Lepe are both the last finishers of their team.
Yeah.
Especially Kit. Harm will probably finish before Kit in any situation.
Yeah. So I think this might actually not be
Yeah.
Or I don't.
Closer than I thought.
Yeah, it's way close. It's actually going to be really close just because of how much KitKat still has to do after LMF compared to the other runners.
Yeah. Yeah, is this chest? No, well, Horn Colossus Beetle is the shortcut chest, maybe? Don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, must be shortcut chest, which would be a little unfortunate that KitKat still has to do that.
Yeah, because he has to do two cart ways, basically. Oh yeah, Lepe still did not have Fire Shield earrings. Harm is finishing Fire Sanctuary, so... Oh. Kit is beating the boss now?
Yeah, unless the Horn Colossus Beetle was at the very end of the dungeon. I forget exactly what check it was. Just remember it was in this dungeon.
Yeah. Maybe it was on Moldarak actually, but for sure it was in a chest, so I'm surprised.
Okay, so yeah, now Lepe should know where the boss key is, so...
Yeah. And Floha leaves. Yeah, as expected. Okay, this is good for Lepe. Yeah, actually, I think Chairman Bingolords could have this if Lepe is fast enough.
Yeah. And Lepe is an extremely skilled runner, so
Yeah.
Lepe should make very quick work of Fire Sanctuary.
If you had told me at the start of the race that it would be an execution race between KitKat and Lepe for the last finish of their team, I would not have believed you. But that means that their strategy paid quite a lot in this race for both teams, which is good. They managed to get closer finishes with teammates.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where, like, it's where just psychologically when you see that the, like, mechanically weaker member of the other team has done, like, it's always a little bit scary because you expect the mechanically stronger member of their team to be very close behind.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't, yeah, clearly I believe Lepe for being good. There's no way. The one point of comparison is basically Kit is also very good.
Yeah. So I guess, like, at this point, yeah, it's a race between Leppy doing Fire Sanctuary and Kikai getting 2 swords.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not there. So where was Home Colossus Beetle? I know it was in LMF, but
Mario says first crawl space, which means that KitKat should have it.
first crawl space?
Yeah, KitKat had it according to the tracker.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, so he's fine. I think KitKat is slightly ahead of Lepe.
Yeah.
Lepe. Yeah.
Yeah, Lepe is gonna do the statue RBM.
Yeah, I think Lepe and Flora will have to. They still have to do quite a lot on Fire Sanctuary. The RBM is not that fast. Flora missed it seems, which is this could put Flora behind Lepe at this point, which is very bad. Home is definitely safe at this point.
Yeah, so in order to interact with the beds on the main part of Skyloft, you need to be selected on a file with the Hero's Tunic. So that's what was happening there with Floha not able to select the bed. Okay, that should definitely work as long as Floha remembers to commit it. Runners have had the tendency to run out without committing, and then you have to redo the RBM. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I didn't know why the rupee did not spawn. You have to hit the right eye of the statue. Or something like this.
I'm like, to be honest, I'm not even sure where the hitbox exactly is. It's kind of, you just like, I just kind of aim for it and kind of just hope it lands, and most of the time it does.
Yeah. That's a nice fun fact.
I mean, it's one of those situations, yeah, where like it might get you out of a situation of a really bad key layout.
Well,
Because if you can, so Yal's saying like you can RBM the first fire sanctuary door, and like on paper it's slower than just getting the small key to open it, but it's one of those things where if the key layout's really bad, it could potentially save you because you could use the first key on a different door instead.
yeah. But it would mostly be relevant in Kisanichi, basically. At this point.
Yeah, I mean for this particular seed, it literally doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
for it could potentially come up in a seed where like magma mitts are in an awful location and you know that the two other small keys are magma mitts locked or something weird like that.
Okay, Kit now hits official go mode. Yeah. He's still pretty... He still has a comfortable lead on Lepe right now. Lepe still has to do quite a lot. I think he's 4 minutes behind, maybe? Actually, since he has to travel from Eldin to Faerun, maybe 5 to 6 minutes.
Yeah. Harm, unfortunately, missing Horde skip.
Yeah.
So now, and this is not exactly a great position for Harm to be in, having already used his fairy and then having to do third barrier on top of that.
Yeah, which is probably the worst one.
So it is possible that like Kitcock could actually overtake his teammate in the Horde fight, depending on if the Horde fight goes badly for Harm. But it all depends on this third barrier. This is a barrier that we try to skip. And especially with just regular Master Sword, it's really awful. But Harm timed that spin attack really well on the blue Boko. But now Harm's in trouble because he's already used his fairy. He cannot take another hit for the rest of Horde. Unless he got a second fairy, but I don't think he would.
He has 2 bottles at least, so maybe he got a second fairy?
Yeah, but it's like he wouldn't really have a good opportunity to, so he just has to play the rest of this very, very carefully.
Well, he reloaded the Hydra Temple at one point.
Okay, so maybe he did get 2 fairies, in which case he's probably fine.
Oh.
Okay, he got a second fairy because I can tell because of the animation.
Yeah.
Okay,
which
so
was a good idea in this situation. So he has 6 hearts. This is fine now. This is basically Horde is finished now. I don't see him die to before demise, at least.
Yeah, so he take the hit from the archers that, and as long as he doesn't get double billied here, he should be completely fine.
Yeah, which doesn't happen often. Even with only Master Sword. Kit got the skip.
Floha getting a Guardian Potion, which, I don't know why you'd get more than one, but the Guardian Potion halves the damage you take, which can be a really nice safety for Horde. Like, it was something that people did a lot in Season 1, but people don't really do it anymore, in part just because, like, I think the competition, like, it's a lot more competitive than it was in season 1, and in part just because without you just have less reasons to be in the bazaar than you did in season 1 with Beatrice being removed from race settings.
Oh, this is sad. Go home. Yes.
Huh. That would be really interesting, because, like, if Lepe, I would not expect to be someone to fail that crystal RBM.
Don't die, Harm. His Harm is in one hit KO mode, so
Yeah. At the very least, like, even if he dies here, like, it's not nearly as catastrophic as dying at the end of Horde. Okay, so Yal saying that he thought Lepe started a file too late. So that makes sense. It still surprises me that Lepe failed it, but
yeah.
evidently he did.
I think this seals the deal, basically. But it's still
Yeah,
could
I
still
mean,
decide the race.
yeah.
Harm has
Yeah.
trouble here.
Harm, unfortunately,
Oof.
not having a great G3 fight.
Yeah. At least he
So,
didn't die to this.
yeah. So I think KitKat has overtaken his teammate.
Oh.
So it's at this point now it's a race between Lepe and Harm.
Yeah. He has trouble to do an S-stop. Oof. Okay. One more. Nice.
Okay, he's on the last phase, which shouldn't cause him any problems.
Oh, the last phase is easier than the others, usually. Okay.
Okay, even if Himonka's stamina's here, like, it's fine. He just
Because it's still easy to. Oh, nice. No, good. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Harm did not lose that much time to kill him too. He might die to Demise because he has one heart, but it's still fine because he will respawn to the start of the fight. Lepe just finished Fire Sanctuary, so he's a full horde, a full trip to Eldin to Fire then Horde behind, which is still quite a lot. KitKat just finished.
Yep. Yeah, Harm unfortunately taking a death.
Yeah, but he had one. Yeah, it's fine because he doesn't lose much to that.
Yeah. He still has a couple more, like, failed attempts before, like, it gets scary as far as Lepe catching up.
Okay, I believe in Harm for finishing this. I think he has it.
Harm failing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like
But
Harm's just.
he
It
has
looks
a
like.
lot of time to finish it because Leber has the entire horde and him to do to catch up.
Yeah, I think Harm's just having issues with his shield bashes.
Yeah.
And just like getting the general pattern. Demise is a scripted fight if you get the inputs exactly right, but it can be scary if you don't.
Yeah. Nice. That was
Knock
good.
down one, but then doesn't get the shield bash right after, so.
Okay, this one is good. Okay, that should be good now. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this
He
is
did-
phase 2 now.
Yeah. He did get the third knockdown, so he should be fine as far as the stun lock for phase 2.
Okay, good.
Okay, this should be a done deal.
Yeah, this is
Unfortunately, does not get the lightning cycle, so has to wait one more lightning cycle. But
yeah, okay, he has it. This is definitely the end now.
yep,
And
GG. Yep.
Yeah, that was very close actually. Okay, I put both teams on commentary now.
Yeah. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We're still in but yeah. Sounds
GG.
GG. GG.
GG.
what do you make of this? Because we've been speculating what each other's raps are, but we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a pretty interesting seed by having like 3 bottlenecks at the start.
Yeah.
And then you get to instantly open up the seed by doing Skyview.
Yeah, it was one of those seeds that was like incredibly closed and then just kind of opened up all at once.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah. So this is the second vanilla Ruby tablet seed in this tournament.
Damn.
Yeah. So what the very interesting part of Skyview in this seed was that it was locked by digging myths and water dragon scale.
Yeah, that was one thing that me and Han were saying is like, we were kind of like, okay, where's the War Dragon scale? Because it can't be in LMF, can't be in anywhere in Elden, and so we're like, where is it? And then I think that we did deduce that it had to be in Sansi at some point. But yeah.
German Bingolords found scale way earlier than you. Lepe went to Sensi pretty fast. I think.
Right,
when
yeah.
it's Spirit of the Sword.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that.
the unfortunate part was the sword in the last Lake Furia chest, locked by scale.
Yeah.
And Nehru's Wisdom was just there too.
Yeah. I think that's how we basically pulled ahead, I think, was by doing it that way.
Yeah.
So I think our thought process was, okay, well, they could still be Ballad in Sansi, so we're gonna put off for a little bit and just do our required dungeons, then go to Sansi. And yeah, that's what we did. And also there's like the chance of finding Whip and then the Spirit will be Whip locked, so that's why I did. Like, I think if we did have Whip, we'd probably done it earlier, but yeah.
Yeah. There was some interesting things.
Do you know where Whip was?
No, we don't.
So, I guess you never went to Pirates because that had Spiral Charge, which led to Whip.
Oh no. Okay, I did go to Stronghold. It's just that I halfway through Stronghold, Harm found everything in Floria, so I just kind of dipped halfway through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kit's death warped just after getting Spiral Charge, actually.
Yeah. I mean, like, I heard Harm finding, like, Nehru's Wisdom, I'm like, oh, I really don't want to do that. I'm like, can I just search through the rest of Stronghold? And then Harm was like, okay, I'll search through the rest of Floria, and that's how we found the sword.
Nice.
So that was quite convenient for us, but yeah, I think, yeah, it was, I guess if you, sorry.
Yeah, there was a chance just having if there was not a sword in Floria, this could have been way closer.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm half surprised that, like, I mean, if you guys got scale so early, I'm kind of like half surprised that you guys didn't find the sword or Nero's Wisdom, because, you know, Floria was just kind of sitting there most of the time, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't really
Never made it a
consider
priority.
going there because we had other stuff to consider.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. I guess if you do Sansi, then your progression, you kind of might get lost in your progression. And then
there was
yeah.
so much stuff in Sansi, and we were like, at that time there was other stuff we wanted to chase.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Elden and like I didn't even check Elden cubes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, Elden was a complete bust in this seed.
Yeah. Honestly.
I mean, Elden was locked by a lot of items in this seed.
Yeah.
That
Because
is
Ruby
true.
Tablet was locked by
That is true.
half of the items in
Considering what Skyview was theoretically locked by.
Yeah. Elden was in relatively a late sphere and didn't really appear that way, but yeah, it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, there was one thing that could have turned the race over too. German Bingolords found the Fire Sanctuary Baron hint. So if a boss key was complete garbage, or the boss key is the first check you do, that's difference there, I think. Because if a boss key is the first chest and the kid just clears Fire Sanctuary for wards, this is bad for him. But if Fire Sanctuary boss key is garbage, he would have full cleared anyway. Yeah. So yeah, this Baron hint would have
didn't really matter much because at that point we were only searching for.
For you, it didn't matter at that point.
Sword.
But when you got the hints, every team was missing one sword. Additionally to the Nehru's Wisdom one.
Yeah, but I mean, I think, okay, here's another thing, right? Harm actually entered Horde before me. I think for a lot of this, Harm was actually kind of ahead and I was mostly trailing. I think that was mostly down to the fact that in the early game, I was like, okay, Harm, you do Skyloft 2, I'll go to Lanayru and see what's in there, and everything was on Skyloft 2, so then Harm was just always ahead.
Yeah.
So like, even though my execution felt like I was on, like my execution I felt like it was on fire, but it just felt slow because I was always like behind Harm. But no, it was good. It worked out in the end.
Yeah. Lepe finishing, so German Bingolords finish in second place with a time of 2:48.48.
Yeah. That's not, all things considered, that's only like a 5-minute gap given the fact that you guys were about to do the Nehru trial.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad.
Also,
Trials are not too bad.
I want to make a big shout out to Noah for saving his trial at the end. Because we honestly we were not believing it at this point. But,
I was not believing it either.
Yeah, you can say at least
funny.
that worked.
But yeah, alright, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm probably gonna like dip. You guys can like continue the interview, but I'm gonna because it's kind of getting late. But yeah, GG, fun seed. I actually can't wait to rewatch this restream because I feel like it might actually be quite interesting.
Yeah, I want to do that too.
But yeah, see you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. My save in the Skyloft trial was pretty interesting to say the least.
like we thought you failed it when you went up a ladder the first time. Then you did like both circles, and we were like, "There's no way he's doing this," and you did this.
Flow's just good.
Yeah. It's my secret hidden talent.
So yeah, do you have any more questions about this seed? Like, the thoughts hints were pretty strange in this seed, I think, because at one point we were like, what is the thoughts hint of Thunderhead? Because we were only missing Ford.
Yeah, I was wondering that as well. What was it?
It was Myths. In
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
in the
true,
nameless
that's the
chest,
thing.
Guessing
basically.
that. Oh, it was actually the...
I think it was the second one.
Yeah. Because I was saying it had to be myths because we found everything else that was needed logically. So yeah. And that's why I forgot about the Forest Coach Vanilla hint when I made the bridge to Isle of Songs. I was like, okay, I can check this one.
Yeah, we were wondering.
Yeah, I know what the first thing is, and I already know it's dead because Furniture is dead. So I was like, yeah, gonna open this for later, and then never came back.
Yeah. So that was an interesting seed. Where there were not a lot of things in cubes today.
No, again.
There was
Why
just
do we always
really-
get the
like-
cubeless seats?
It's like yesterday, where the only good cube is like the harbor cube.
Yeah. Why
It's a good
is
cube.
it always us that get these cubeless seats?
I mean, that cube is also amazing in vanilla because you can dupe gold rupees with it.
Yeah. It's one of the easiest cubes to do, at least. Well,
Yeah.
that's one good thing about this cube. It's that since it was hinted so early, you knew you had to go to Sensi at one point in the seed, even with Senshi off.
Yeah.
So that puts the teams on the scale path basically. Yeah. So I think that's it. If you don't have any more questions.
No.
So there's another Skyward Sword Randomizer co-op tournament race scheduled for next week. On actually, it's in 9 days. So on Monday, May 9th, there will be the Skyward Sword Co-op Randomizer tournament race between British Stargates and M&M. So that's the last race scheduled for now, but there will probably be some other races next week.
Yeah, I would be surprised if there would be none.
Yeah. Tomorrow we have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Random Settings League Season 4 Swiss Round 6 between DJ Barker and Alex. This is an elimination match, so the loser is out of the tournament, but the winner is not confirmed it yet. So definitely watch this one. It's at 1 PM UTC tomorrow. And there will also be some RLTTPR Challenge Cup races next week. There is one on May 3rd. So yeah. And more will be added during the week if we get some volunteers. So yeah. That's it for tonight. Thanks everyone, and see you later.